He's wearing the Arn Anderson shirt for those of you that are just listening. But tell us all about it, man. Before we get into Ask Arn Anything, you're back on TV and you're with Wardlow.
I don't think anybody expected that. It's kind of really not even from left field. It's from down the first base line or something, That guy has got so much potential, so much talent. He is such a class act. He is focused. He carries himself like a professional. He does everything right. He's just been getting some bad advice from day one. Bad guidance, I think, in this business, when that locker room sees a guy that's got just unlimited potential, the claws come out, you know what I'm saying? They try to shut him down before he ever gets rolling in all kind of political ways and physical ways and you name it, playing with his head. Hey, breaking in a man's car is pretty stout, And so we just had a couple of closed-door conversations, and I just said, you let me worry about what goes on the floor, because I've thought it, I've seen it, and I've done it decades before anybody else, manipulating the situation from the floor. I said, let me just free you up to do what you do, and that's clean house. And he kind of looked at me, and I said, don't worry about anything else that goes on. I'll take care of the floor. You just take care of the match. And what makes it such a big victory, Paul, is that guy he beat, Powerhouse Hobbs, is a stud and is a superstar in the making. Make no mistake. That guy has got unlimited potential as well. So it makes the win even bigger.
And I know you're a big fan of him and all the listeners of Arn, which, by the way, we have our ad-free show friends with us. We got Ken and Bryant and Yambag. They're all with us here, and others are joining in the chat right now. But, man, I'm telling you, your social media blew up, and it was clear that everybody loves the nostalgia. They love you, and they love seeing you back in the ring. And I appreciate you kind of sharing, your thoughts and why, you had a strategy for Wardlow. It's obvious you've been with TNT champions and coached them before, so it makes a lot of sense. But, man, how good did it feel being out there again for you personally? You've gone through a lot, and recently. But, man, being out there in front of that live audience and hearing that crowd and that pop and then you delivering that DDT. Tell us about those moments for you, man, personally.
Well, I've said before, you get to a point in this business, if you're going to be in for the long haul and you're not just in for a money grab and get out, as some guys are, but if you want to make an occupation out of this and a career out of this, and you figure out pretty quickly, it's not about the money, it's not about getting a great table at a restaurant or being recognized at the mall, or what it's about is that reaction from that group of fans. There is nothing like it. It's why you suffer through the pain. It's why you make the long trips. It's why you sleep in airports and eat rotten food, because at the end of the day, the payday is that reaction when you get it, when they're kind enough to give it to you, and especially when you've earned it. Nothing like it.
Buddy, if you could have heard the throng of fans sitting at home, and that's what's amazing. I mean, my phone was blowing up. I had everybody. I was hearing from Allison and Amy and Andrew Hermes, Big Red. Everybody was going crazy, and my phone was blowing up. I texted you later that night, and Arn, it was just so good to see you back out there, and the fans missed you. They loved you, and I can say on behalf of all the fans of this show, you're back where you belong on television, and now you're the sidekick. You're the man coaching the stud War Dog Wardlow, and it's going to be a fun ride. I can't wait to watch.
Well, thanks for everybody that called you or texted you and had an interest in it. I appreciate it. I love our family. It's we cover each other's back and we look after each other, and it's the timing maybe couldn't have been better. Certainly need some good news.
Absolutely, buddy. You deserve it. Your whole family deserves it. And the wrestling and us as fans, Man, it's just so good to see you back. Dominic D'Angelo, by the way, him and his brother do a lot for the show, wrote an interesting article as we record this. It just came out. I retweeted it from my Twitter account, but it was about you and the need for you in AEW and your voice. And so I would tell all of our fans and listeners of the show, go out of your way to find it. Again, if you follow me on Twitter, I pushed it out on retweet. If you follow Dominic, check it out. But real nice article on Arn being back and being involved with AEW and Wardlow, so check it out.